In the dystopian future, people, at the age of 16, are made to undergo a surgical procedure to make them pretty. The surgery is performed on uglies, and only after the operation are they allowed into the city, where a celebration takes place as they become pretties. Tally and her best friend Paris are still uglies, but Paris, being 3 months older, has to leave for his surgery first. They both share scars on their hands, a symbol of their promise to keep them, even after the pretty procedure. They also vow to remain friends and meet again after their surgeries. Tally, eager to see Paris again, sneaks into the city. Uglies aren't allowed in Pretty Town, so Tally picks up a disguise from a passing parade as she sneaks in. In Pretty Town, the parties never stop, and today is no different. When she finally finds Paris, Tally is shocked by his appearance and his new personality. The scar they promised to keep, it's gone. Soon after, Tally is discovered and pursued by the wardens, but she manages to escape and hides below a bridge. While hiding, she meets another girl on a similar mission, Shay, who's hiding in the bushes. They strike up a friendship after Shay is impressed with Tally's daring behavior. They soon discover that they share the same birthday. No one seems to return to Uglyville after the surgery, and both Tally and Shay wonder why their friends never contact them again once they move. The two pledge to remain friends, even after their surgeries. Shay teaches Tally how to use a hoverboard, a flying device that stays in the air through magnetization. They perform tricks, play games, having their last bit of fun before the surgery. But Shay isn't as excited about the surgery as Tally is. She doesn't believe that people need the surgery to be beautiful. Shay tells Tally she accepts her features and wishes Tally would do the same. Shay talks about a place beyond the rusty ruins, a land of freedom that lives in harmony with nature. She encourages Tally to join her, to reject the surgery, and to seek out a group called The Smoke, led by a man named David. Tally politely refuses the offer, thinking Shay is foolish to turn down a life of ease and beauty. On the day of Tally's surgery, the city's secret police, Special Circumstances, arrive to pick her up. They inform her there's an issue with her surgery. Tally meets Dr. Cable, a frighteningly beautiful agent who tells her that David is dangerous, that he plans to harm Shay, and that he's also building a deadly weapon. Dr. Cable gives Tally a choice: help them find the runaways' camp, or never become pretty. Faced with a life of ugliness and rejection, Tally reluctantly agrees. Dr. Cable provides Tally with a special locket that she must activate with her eye when she's ready to summon the authorities after finding the weapon. Tally embarks on a 2-week journey to the camp alone, using Shay's coded instructions to guide her. After barely surviving a brush fire, she meets David and finally reaches the Smoke, reuniting with Shay. Tally feels relieved to find Shay alive and well, but as she learns more about life in the Smoke, she begins to question whether she should turn Shay in. David, recognizing Tally's internal struggle, introduces her to his parents, Az and Maddie, who were once surgeons performing the pretty procedures. They reveal that the surgery doesn't just alter physical appearance, it changes people's minds, making them compliant. Tally, deeply affected by this, decides to abandon her mission. She throws her locket into a fire as a symbol of her affection for David. But what Tally doesn't realize is that destroying the pendant activates the signal. A few hours later, Special Circumstances raids the Smoke, setting it ablaze. Dr. Cable arrives with soldiers and rounds up the rebels. Paris, who has been modified into a nearly invincible soldier, is ordered to kill David's father. Tally, having been exposed as a traitor, manages to escape, and after which David escapes too. She convinces David to help her rescue the captured rebels, and together they make their way back to the city. Once inside, Tally and David infiltrate Special Circumstances headquarters and successfully free the Smokies, including David's mom. However, Tally is devastated to find that Shay has been turned into a pretty, despite how strongly Shay had been against it. Shay is now completely different, oblivious to her former cause. Just before Dr. Cable forces them to undergo surgery, 2 Smokies in a helicopter sabotage the operation, giving Tally and David a chance to escape with Shay, while David's mother secures the final piece of a potential cure. The group reaches safety, where Maddie reveals that she now has everything needed to complete the cure, which may be able to restore Shay and others to their original selves. No. But Shay refuses the cure, and Maddie, uncertain if the cure will even work, refuses to administer it without Shay's consent. In the end, Tally makes a difficult decision. She turns herself in, volunteering to undergo the pretty surgery so that she can be a willing participant in Maddie's experiment. She vows to hold on to her sense of justice, hoping David will forgive her for this final sacrifice. Tally says her goodbyes to David and her friends before surrendering to Dr. Cable's men. The story concludes with Tally, now a pretty, living in the city. However, it is implied that she kept her promise to the rebels, as her childhood scar remains intact. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the story, please follow or subscribe, and don't forget to like, share, and comment. Your support means everything and helps me create more great content.